Hey y'all, it's Kathy, and I am back on this challenge from Dee Dee Farrago. Hers is Don't Freak Out Before Christmas, 3 and 15. It's hashtag 3 and 15 DFBC. And I will link her video in my description. What she does is every year she gets ready for Christmas early by making all kinds of pockets and things to go in them. It's just a really good thing to have going on this time of year so that you can be ready for Christmas journals. But I happen to need some right now that are not for Christmas journals, so I'm not doing mine in Christmas. I'm using Theodosia Square from the Paper Studio, which is Hobby Lobby, and it's one of my favorite 12 by 12 pads. And so that's what I'm using. And what we need this time are 3 of these large window envelopes. And you can see my flap was torn up when it was opened, so I just wrapped a piece of paper around it to close that side flap, because we actually do need that side, which would be the top of the envelope. We need it closed. So what we're doing for this one, and I'm sorry, Dee Dee, if I mangle this, but I'm trying. I want to get these, have some pockets ready for what I need. So, okay, what she did was she took this envelope right side up and cut it at 6 inches. And that's actually going to end up being the height of our pocket. And then set this one aside because we're going to need that one for a later video, I believe. Then, okay, so the pocket's going to sit like this, and the opening is up here. And the width of your page determines how far you want to fold it up here. I think Dee Dee folded hers up so they'd be 4.5 inches. I don't remember. Sorry. And I think I'm going to fold mine up so that my pocket is 4 3/4 inches wide. So I'm just using my mat here. And folding that edge up straight, and it should give you a pretty straight fold as long as you keep it straight. And working with envelopes, you're always going to have a few little bubbles and whatnot. Okay, and how this is going to work is you're going to have a top loading pocket here. You'll have a tuck or a pocket here, depending on how you glue that back in. You can glue it this way, or you can glue it this way and have it come out just any way you want to glue it, depending on what you need that pocket to do for you. Okay, and then we're going to have a tuck here. So we'll end up gluing this down so that we have a tuck here. But now, it's real easy. All we got to do is put a piece of paper on the inside to cover up and if you like the envelope pattern, that's fine too. But I want my envelope pattern to be a little different, so I am going to slip a piece of paper in there. Boy, that's almost the right height, but not quite, so we'll just make it work. And we just need to take a sliver off of here. Okay, so I'm going to cut my paper. Hope y'all are all having a good day. I don't think I even said that last video. I was so discombobulated. Yeah. And don't ask me why. Everything's going fine. We've had a lot of appointments this week, and they've all gone pretty well. I think I've told y'all before, I take care of my parents. They're in their mid-90s. So, I'm very, very fortunate, and I know it. Excuse me, I think this is another thing that has me out of sorts. I think I'm getting a cold, and so I'm drinking my lemon water to see if I can fend off that sore throat, because I really don't like a sore throat. Okay, so that's going to fit in there. Now what I want to do is just cover the sides with scrap, and you can do it the same way that I did my first challenge video. You can do it that way, but I'm just going to collage it today. And that little scrap right there will be just fine. Nothing a little ink can't cure. Okay. And I've got several little scraps over here, and some that are a little bit bigger. Let's see. And you don't have to use the same size. If you want to pull it in just a little bit to make your window a little smaller, that's fine too. No rules. Do it the way you like it and you want it done. I just didn't want to take the time to cut out the windows in the center of the paper and all that stuff. Didn't want to bore y'all with all that today. And one thing that I could have done, and probably should have done, is just used my decorative paper to close this side of the envelope. Then that one would already be done. But I didn't think that far ahead. You know, sometimes that requires a thought process, and mine are not always the greatest. I think somebody said that was because I was getting old. I guess we're not all going to be 20 forever, are we? I'm way past it. Multiple times. Oh, I'm having anniversaries of my anniversaries now. And there we go. Now we just need to get one for this one. And that's not going to be... Here we go. Got just the perfect thing. And I'm just kind of lining my ruler up with the edge of my envelope right there where I want it. Hope my envelope's nice and straight. It's a big hope. And do the same thing here. And that'll be good. Okay. So I think we're rocking and rolling now. And we can just start gluing things down. Okay, so get all the scraps out of the way. Boy, I make a mess. Doesn't take me long to make a mess. I see some collage coming in my future. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is glue down this inside piece before we glue that tuck over, because it'll be easier that way. Okay, and these we saved for later. This I don't think I'm gonna need right now, or this. Scissors, you never know. Glue. Here we go. Again, this is my Elmer's glue and a sponge applicator. I know everybody loves glue sticks, and I would too if they would work for me, but I don't know what I do to them. Guess they don't hold my mouth right. But they just don't work for me. So I slather on some good old Elmer's glue. Any glue will do. I've used the dollar store glue. I've used just about any glue that you prefer will work just fine. Okay, now what I'm gonna try to do is get it on down in there. And that is exactly where it stuck on me before. On that wood lip is where it likes to stick. And I know it's not all the way down because it was in there before. Now, you see why I want to make sure and get this done before I make that envelope smaller. Okay. Here we go, folks. Okay. Another good thing about Elmer's glue is it gives you a while before it's permanent, but maybe not that long of a while. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it down. It's gonna be okay. It has decided to wrinkle. Okay. So I'm not having the greatest start today. Guess what? It'll be all right. Everything is gonna be all right. That's what my brother tells me when I go into a panic about something. But this really, honestly, it's gonna be okay. It's just paper. So yeah, that is now paper trash. This is our second chance. And guess what? I have more where this comes from, so if I mess it up again, it'll be okay. Yeah, I was so confident in putting up all those tools. That's what it was. That is what it was. So, let's go here for the width, here for the height, okay, try this again. I'm going to make sure that my corner is clear and my corner is clear. Both of my corners are clear. Alright, this is going to work. This is going to work. See, I keep telling y'all, if I can do this, anybody can do this, because I am a klutz. But somehow they always turn out okay. I guess because they're just paper. You can start over. Yeah. I do hate that I messed that up because this is a really good scrap, but hey, it'll be okay. This too shall be okay. Okay. This is my top, so now I'm going to slide that down in there and hopefully get it into that corner before anything starts wrinkling up. There we go. It's amazing how that happens when you just take your time and do it the right way. Yeah, well. Okay, now, one thing I did see was that when I was in here, I could see daylight. So I want to get this loop down, because we don't want to see daylight through our pockets. Might be something won't stay in there, if that's the fact. Okay. Clean up my glue mess. One of my favorite things used to be to make mud pies. My grandparents had a cabin on the lake and had a well, like a pump well. And I used to love to get my grandma's pots and pans out of the kitchen and go out there and make mud pies. I was good at mud pies. So then she figured out that I knew how the well worked, so every time she needed water, I'd get to go to the well. Of course, I'd come back with wet feet and wet hair and all that good stuff. I loved being up there. Been a long time. That was real childhood. We talked about how many times I've passed that anniversary of 20. That was a real childhood memory right there. That's a long time ago. Did love that place though. It's a funny story about it. One time, everybody was up there, and you know, friends would bring their campers and everything else, but we'd always stay in the cabin. There were beds on the front porch and all that. But yeah, Grandma was cooking breakfast one morning, and somebody noticed that there was a bat on the ceiling. And my grandma, my dad, and my grandpa, of course, were the great bat hunters at that point. So they start swatting at this bat, and my grandma says, "Please leave it alone till after breakfast. We just need to eat breakfast, and then we can all go outside, and y'all can do whatever you want to. Just leave it alone." Well, guess where the bat ended up? Yes, you got it. In my grandma's pan of bacon. She was not happy. Not happy at all. Of course, we were all scared and screaming. I was. I didn't like bats. But, yeah. I heard that story. I've heard it so many times throughout my childhood and my adult life, how the bats ended up in the bacon. And when I say this was a cabin out in the sticks, you might say. But we had a lot of fun memories there. Grandpa had a croquet set that we had to get all of our work done. Then we could go get the croquet set out. I can still remember opening that door to that storage shed and that croquet set being right there in the front. Of course, I was little. I didn't have too many chores to do, but I probably had to go get the water. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so then we're just gonna clean off the glue tip a little bit. Just gonna glue the sides of our little tuck here. And there you go. So now you've got a pocket here, a pocket back here, depending on how you could just use it as a tuck, and then you've got one here, which, you know, my paper's too big to just go in there, but yeah. Isn't that cute? Love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Dee Dee. Okay, so I've cheated and I have my others, the scraps cut out for them, for the edges, but I don't have the hard part done yet. Let's see if I can do this one a little bit better. Y'all taking bets? Show your bets. Show your bets. So, but yeah. Boy, back in my childhood days, you will know how long ago this was. On the 4th of July, my grandpa would always, you know, the cabin was out by a big lake. And my grandpa would always go buy fireworks. Do you know what they did? I couldn't have been very old. I mean, I'm talking about maybe 7 or 8. Maybe not even that old. I was probably about 8. Yeah, he lit one of those starter things. I think they called him a punk or something like that. And he would light one of those and give me a pack of firecrackers. And I'm talking about the Black Cat firecrackers. Yeah, you could actually get injured with. Yeah, he'd give me a pack of those and a lit fuse and send me on my way. He would make me go way out to the corner of the property. Yep. So, but yeah, it's a wonder I never blew my hand off or anything, but it was fun. The good old days. Yeah, I was one of those kids that rode my bicycle in the street and all that good stuff too. Oh, it's not wanting to do right, folks. But guess what? I'm gonna win. Anyway. Oh wow, look what that's doing. I'm not happy. I am very much not happy with that. Alright, so we're going to go again. Wow. I can't believe I'm having so many troubles with this. And I'm not going to edit this out. I am not going to edit this out. This is happening. It is what happens. And I'm leaving it in there for all the world to see. This stuff that we do is not easy. It is just not easy. Granted, it's not earth-shattering if it doesn't work out. We like for things to work out. Okay, so it is a little bit wrinkled, but guess what? It will be okay. Well, I don't know why that wants to be such a bear. Okay, so now I've got some trimming to do, and I'm not even going for my gluey scissors. Alright. Okay. Sometimes if you can get that crease real sharp, it'll stop some of the bubbling. Okay, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I am just making a mess. Making a mess. I think this one goes over here. Y'all. Third one's gonna be a charm. It'll be okay. And y'all, this is just another one of those things. If you're having a bad day, just keep going. Just keep going. Everything will turn out okay in the end. Whether you think it will or not, it will be okay. But I just want to finish this so that I know I have, and it's not hard. Dee Dee makes these things so simple. And she teaches you every move. But probably need to put it on the right edge, the correct edge. That would be helpful. Well, I was putting it on the correct edge. Y'all can't listen to me. Go watch Dee Dee's video, please. Oh, I promise you she does a better job. A much better job. But yeah, I'm not having the best of days, but I'm not going to let it get me. I'm going to own it. It's a hard day. Not getting everything done exactly right or exactly the way I want to, but managing to get it done. Not all going to have a good day every day. But I really hope that y'all are having a good day. Better day than me. I really, really hope that for you. And I want to get one more video done today because I am way behind in Dee Dee's challenge. Way behind. But it'll be okay. I will end up getting it all done. Now, whether I will end up with all of it on film, I don't know. But I'm going to try. I'm going to try. And you can punch a little pull right here. I'm just going to leave them for now. I may go back and do that later. Watch this. No, that end's glued down. there we go. We've got 2 done. Okay, let's try this again. I think that I'm going to show y'all a trick with this one. I don't like to do it as well because it's not glued all the way down. But I'm going to take my art glitter glue. I've got my paper in there where it needs to be. Take my art glitter glue and I am going to get down in there as far as I can. And I'm not going past my fold over here. So I probably should show you because I know I got back in my lap again. I'm just going down here and getting as much coverage as I can with that art glitter glue. And then I'm going to go in there and smooth that down. And then I'm going to come back in here and at the top of the paper, I'm going to make sure that that is glued down really well because I don't want it to catch on my pocket inserts. And there we have it. Now, that was easier, wasn't it? Make sure my pocket's still going to open. There we go. Now that paper in there is not glued down completely, but it is glued down. Okay. So now we will start covering our edges. Anyway, I am not the person to take a tutorial from. I am not giving a tutorial. And I think the reasons for that are pretty obvious at this point today. I'm just a craft with me kind of person. Because I have off days. Sometimes more off than on. This one this way. Trying to make sure I get my paper. If I was smart, I'd mark them or do something to identify them. Stack them in some kind of order or something. But where is the fun in all that, huh? You got to live dangerously. Somehow, right? Okie dokie. I think we're getting there. Another thing that you could do to solve that problem that I was having with getting that page inside glued down, the paper inside, another thing that you could do is open the envelope all the way up on 3 sides, and then as you are covering your sides, wrap that paper around to re-close the sides that need to be closed. That is probably a smarter idea for me because we can see what I've done of trying to put the paper down in there. But that would probably even save some time. by just going with it. Okay, I'm gonna get this one glued up and get them inked up, and they will be ready to go. There's our 3 pockets. I'm afraid to look to see how long it took me. I can guarantee you it was not 15 minutes. I'm glad I'm not on a timed test or anything. Okay, so that's our pockets for today. So I hope y'all are having a wonderful day and having a wonderful week, and I hope you find some crafty time. Thanks for watching.